Hi, I'm Christian and I'm the one behind the Instagram handle Abelskov Watches. As you might know, I'm a massive Seiko fan. It was the first watch I ever got, and it's a brand that I have continuously come back to. I've looked at many others, but I've kept coming back to Seiko because you just get so much quality for your money. I've got the new SSC961 in. It's actually a follow-up to a watch that was previously on the market called the SSC813. I've been talking to Seiko about where the difference in the new model lies, because at first glance it looks very similar to the SSC813, this new one here. The answer I got was that it's very similar in terms of looks, but the difference is that they've improved the quality slightly in various ways. For instance, the bezel, the tachymeter ring here on the chronograph, has a new coating that's more durable. The bracelet has also had an update to the surface treatment, so it's more resistant to scratches. So it's basically the same look, but you're getting better quality. This chronograph watch, I think, has a really cool design. It echoes some design elements from earlier models. It's popular with many because it also shares some design references with the Rolex Daytona, with this panda dial, which is incredibly popular. I'd say here you're getting a really nice watch for a fraction of the price. I wouldn't like to say what these panda dial Daytonas are going for at the moment, but price-wise, I'd say this is much more sensible considering the quality you actually get. It's a solar movement. That means it's essentially a quartz movement that's charged by the power of the sun, and it has some pretty impressive power reserves, you could call them, just from solar charging. I think I've read that with just a few hours of charging in the sun, you have 10 months of power in the battery. So that's pretty wild. In one of these sub-dials, you actually also have an indicator for how much battery you have left on the watch. So that's a pretty wild feature, I think. The movement, this V192 solar movement inside, is also a really strong movement. And it has a measurement of up to an hour where you can time things. So it's really nice, I think. I also think it's a watch that looks great on many different types of straps. This is the original bracelet that comes with a watch. But I experiment quite a bit with different straps, NATO straps, rubber straps, leather straps, all sorts. And the lugs, there's 20 millimeters between them. So that gives a great opportunity to experiment with many different things. A cool little feature that Seiko has started doing on some of their models is that the end links aren't loose anymore, but are an integrated part of the bracelet. So it makes it a bit easier when you're swapping bracelets for straps, that you keep everything together. I actually think that's a pretty cool feature. The clasp mechanism down here, it's also of a quite really fine quality. Yes, in English it's called a milled clasp, where you have a super robust clasp mechanism down here. If we compare it a bit with the way Seiko used to do it, for example on this SKX007, then you can see that it's a completely different quality in the clasp mechanism here. It's much thinner and less robust, whereas this it's just really nice. So a mega cool watch. You can get it in various places online, and you can definitely also find it in your local Seiko watch shop because it's a model that is quite popular in Denmark. I've seen many of these SSC 813 around, both on Instagram and out in the real world. And I also think that this, with the new quality updates, will be a really good seller for Seiko. So just try hopping online and checking it out, or have a look around my Instagram profile and see some slightly more detailed shots of it. That's all from me. If you have any questions, you're very welcome to write them in the comments section, and I'll do what I can to answer them. So yeah.